Okay, Shalom Akim, Kal Halalim Na Yahal Bashim Yashai, Bashim Rakal Kudash, and double on Instagram was an apostles, Thadi Yahal, Thadi Yahal Shai, for giving me the strength in order to make this video. And obviously Thadi Yahal Shai for the Akim out there, you know, Yaris are there doing good as well. But this is the video based on the wicked world that we live in, and in this wicked world, the righteous are seen as villains. And I don't know, maybe younger brothers may have heard of this movie, but it's called Kung Fu Panda. You know, I think it's a trilogy. You know, they got Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3, and this is the villain in the part 1. And the reason why I got this image right now is because he's like a little representative of how the elect are right now. You know, certain brothers already got precepts right now rolling up. You know, that precept pertaining to chains of darkness right there. But of course, the servants of Yahweh Shai, they still have to endure suffering right now currently in Esau's world. You know, and it'll be even more clearer that the world is against us when Esau pretty much magnifies, when the Most High uses Esau to then magnify, the brothers, man. So the thing is, when I say magnify the brothers, is really just making sure that the world pays more attention to them. Which, when they start to put a bounty on brothers, and then brothers got to be on the run, and then of course, man, that's when really brothers are going to be as pilgrims upon the earth. So I'm going to read out the precepts whilst this image is still in the background. So let me just get it quickly. Because in this wicked world, Esau makes wickedness a normality. Eating pork. You got the people who are arguing and changing their born sexuality or genders. You got disobedience as well. Children to parents. What else? Wives to their husbands, disobedience in that aspect. You got Esau not keeping the land Sabbath. There's many things, man. We can go on and on and on listing all the wickedness that Esau has done. Even, in 2019/2020 when Esau went for the trial run, for putting stuff in people's arms. Of course, that's also another wickedness as well, man. You're not supposed to make a cutting in your skin. That's another thing as well. Talking about the Christians of today, they think that just because they simply believe in so-called Jesus Christ that they're already good, man. That first of all, you got the name wrong, and that's the thing about Israel right now. They believe in that idol, even if you told them the name's wrong, you told them he's not so-called white. They still won't listen. That's why, when you have conversations with them, wherever you may meet up with them, I don't know, maybe in the workplace or school or something, some of them, I don't know if brothers have experienced this, but some of them try to get you to follow their fellowship, man. And then when you're trying to, break down some precepts for them that, no, it's not this way, it's not that way, you're not supposed to be doing this. They sometimes, brothers can read spirits, man. They can tell whether you see them, they see you as, not knowing what you're talking about, man, or you can sense that they don't believe in what you're saying. Brothers know that, when you're talking to an individual, you can actually discern the spirit that they're in, whether they believe what you're saying, or they take you for a joke, or, they just don't want to listen to you. Especially, me personally as a younger brother, I'm trying to basically bring out some precepts to this girl in school. He pretty much tried, as I said, to get me into a little congregation fellowship, which I know is all vanity anyways, man. The scriptures about women aren't supposed to be teaching. You're still there, you're eating pork. Obviously, we know, we're not saved by the law, but the thing is, you still got to try, though. You still got to try, make that effort, man. Faith without works is vain. What's the point of saying that you believe that? As I said in the beginning, man, I'll get the precepts a lot, you know, just a little rant. But as I said in the beginning, that oh my days. But yeah, I said faith without works is vain. So of course, despite the Most High having mercy on us, it doesn't mean that we should just, you know, be willingly ignorant as well. Oh yeah, Salaki, I remember what I was gonna say. First of all, Jesus is not the name. So of course, you're pretty much doing all that you're doing in vain. You may say you got faith in him, but actually you don't, because his name is Yahweh Shai, and you don't have faith in Yahweh Shai. You know, why do you think Yahweh Shai said the world hates him, man? You know, Israelites, obviously 2/3 of them hate Yahweh Shai, but also, you know, of course, the heathens as well, and yeah, Esau being the main one of them. But yeah, let me just get onto the lesson. You know, that's just a little rant that, you know, the people out there, Israelites out there living lives in vain, man, who are also trying to make you to adopt their philosophy. You know, that's why brothers got to stand their ground, man. You know, study more as well, because, you know, if I didn't have much knowledge on the scriptures, you know, the knowledge that I do have right now of the scriptures, I wouldn't have been able to, you know, bring out precepts as well then and there. But of course, you know, demons can use vessels, man. They may think that they're righteous, but they're not. And they're going to find out during Jacob's trouble, you know, when the Most High will then show forth who he's defending. So let me bring out this precept, which was pertaining to the actual lesson. So 2 Peter 2 verse 4, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. Now, of course, hell is a state of destruction. It's not it's not a place where, you know, souls burn eternally. You know, it's a mind state of destruction. You know, for example, Jonah was casted into hell, but that's a mind state that he was in. You know, he was in hell and obviously had to endure, you know, the state of dis-ease that he was in during the time that he was in that fish. But yeah, the point is, those angels as well were the former Alahayim, the first fruits, which when they're cast down, it means they were put in a fleshly state where they were subject unto sin as well, which these flesh that we have, those are chains of darkness. That's what the chains of darkness represents, the flesh. So of course, when it says reserved unto judgment, we have to suffer the judgment that we have to go through based on the sins that we've committed in the past timelines, man. Another reason why the Most High shortened our lives as well. You know, we're not able to live like up to 1,000 years or more. I mean, even nowadays, really, you know, you rarely see an individual that's living up to like, I don't know, 150 or even 200, if I was to even say. But, you know, people don't live over 300, 400, 500, man. Because this is just the age of wickedness and sin. So, of course, the Most High shortened the lifespans. But the point is, the flesh are the chains of darkness, man. And, you know, this figure right here, his name being he was the main villain in Kung Fu Panda Part 1, and his name is Tai Lung. You know, Tai, I actually researched the name. Tai means free, and Lung refers to something that's not heavy, which I think comes from the root word legwe or something like that. Legwe. But it's in the online etymology dictionary. So you can search that up, you know, Tai Lung, T-A-I, and then Lung, L-U-N-G. So, you know, this image is pretty much a representative of the state of the servants of Yahushua right now, man. You know, really the elect of Yahushua. Because, you know, there'll be many that would have served Yahushua, but, you know, even few that will actually make it as the elect to get salvation. So them being in chains of darkness, they're in the flesh, man, subject unto sin. That's why, you know, just man falleth 7 times and geteth back up. And we always pray for Yahweh's mercy upon us. So, you know, this and this will also be a physical thing as well, man, where, you know, as the scriptures say, many days. Actually, hold on, let me see. You know, some of you shall be casted into prison, man. This is a prison right here. That's why he's in chains. What's pulling him right now, that's attached to the chains are stones, heavy stones, the bondage. And as I said pertaining to the etymology online dictionary, we also have really it's heavy, but at the same time it's also a light affliction, because if you don't watch the movie, what he actually did was escape prison, man. The same way Yahweh Shem Yahshua is also going to make it possible that when he bestows the spiritual power upon Akim, they're going to be able to escape prison as well. But ultimately, before we really escape these chains of darkness, is when we get salvation, when we get those new bodies. We will no longer be subjects unto death. We'll have victory over death. So let's see. So this is Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And just to give a little origin story to this character as well, he had a master of whom pretty much told him that his destiny was to be very great. And there was this status, this thing called the Dragon Warrior, where it's like it's a very high status in the Kung Fu Panda universe there. And this was pretty much what he solely believed, what was his destiny, man. This is what he solely believed, man. And he was driven. When they say what's the thing? Like determined, man. A very like psycho level diligence or something. I don't know if that's even a good way of describing it, but he was like straight ahead determined, for a lack of a better word. Determined, very patient as well, long suffering, because he's been there 20 years. That was his backstory, man. Not saying that Akim are going to be in prison for 20 years, but we will be there for some time, maybe like a few weeks or months, for the Most High then lets you go. And then Yaratazar, things are going to be happening, man. When I say things, I talk about miracles. Akim are going to use the spiritual power in order to start breaking up Esau's kingdom even more, to speed up the process. We're going to be seeing many things, man. And the reason why I was talking about this guy's background story about faith, because in Revelation 2 verse 10, near the ending, it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. He was striving for his crown of life, man, which was in the story, it was the Dragon Warrior status, man, because he's been training for years for it, and he believed rightfully so that he was deserving of it. And obviously I'm just taking this out of the context of the story, but if you can watch the movie, there are some unrealistic things that happen, but that's why it's called a movie. It's all fictional, but there's some elements of truth to it, man. Akim got to endure what they got to endure through. So yeah. All right, let me get something else. And of course, the reason why I was locked up as well is simply because of the power that he imposed upon the village of which he was living in. Which I'm not sure if wait, hold on, so okay, I was just looking for another precept. But yeah, he was locked up. But the point is really just the fact that, to correlate it with what we have to go through. Some of us are going to be in prison, and we have to endure the suffering that we have to go through. And it's going to take a lot of patience, man. A lot of patience, being mocked. Which the prison guards that were there were 1,000 prison guards just for him. How much more in reality when Esau realizes these are... because I know Akim have made videos based on sleeper cells, man. The elect are sleeper cells who are going to get charged up, turned on, when the Most High pretty much wills it, when the Most High ordains it to happen, man. And of course, when Esau was then aware of this, who knows what measures Esau would do in order to try and hinder us from that happening. Which nothing Esau would do to us can really harm us, man. That's the faith. Of course, he may harm our vessels, but Yahweh Shem Yahshua always looks after the spirit. So yeah, let me get this precept though. Alright, so Isaiah 5 verse 20, woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And Esau's been twisting a whole load, man. A whole load of things. You know, that's why he's got people believing that the Messiah is here to save the world, when really he's here to save Israel. And in reality, he's really here to save the elect, you know, his servants. And of course, you know, Esau's been painting over the images, trying to make all the prophets look like Edomites. You know, all that is all untrue, man. That's Esau doing his twister, calling evil good and good evil. You know? So, of course, it's pretty clear that this is a wicked world, man. You know, all you need to do is just read Obadiah 1, and you already know about the hatred Esau has towards Jacob. That's why he will also be dealt with too. So, calm. But yeah, as I said about his name, Tai Lung, Tai meaning free, and Lung referring to not having a heavy weight, because, you know, we have a light affliction. We have a light affliction, especially when your mind is then focused upon the goal. Really, whatever you're going through becomes light, because, you know, the goal is a must now. It has to be achieved. You know, when you're completely driven to do something, you know, pertaining to this truth, completely driven, you know, to learn, study, improve, grow, stronger, you know, being more well versed with the scriptures as well. And of course, improving, you know, to also be a better servant to Yahushua, man, and ultimately to gain the crown of life, the salvation to come. You know, referring back to Revelation 2 verse 10. But yeah, I was gonna get something else as well. In fact, let me actually get the light affliction one. For verse 17. So it says here in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 17, for a light affliction which is but for a moment worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So of course, relating to this image here, he actually escaped prison. So really, this was really a light affliction to him, which what he was training for, which was to be the dragon warrior, this is just a minor thing in his mind, because in his goal, in his mind, he still needs to acquire that achievement of the dragon warrior. The same way the elect still need to actually acquire that status of the elect, man. You know, they still need to endure the long suffering wrongfully, endure what they can in prison or as pilgrims upon the earth, and endure through all the prophecies, man, up to the point of salvation. That's really what it is. So that's just the comparison between his story and the story of the elect, man. Whatever we're going through right now is really a life affliction in the grand scheme of things. And once you realize that the goal is greater than your affliction, the affliction suddenly becomes light. Hence why it also links with his name, free, Tai meaning free, and then Lung meaning not heavy. So not having a heavy weight. So that's related to the bondage that, you know, he's in right now. And physical, and of course mental as well, because he hasn't achieved that status that he needs to achieve. So it's one of those determined spirits that's shown here, man. You know, and obviously bro's got to be showing that. And if you ain't got it, you know, got to pray to have that fervency in spirit. You know, I myself, you know, I got to pray for more fervency in spirit. Got to be producing more videos. Got to, you know, got to be studying and increase the quality of my videos as well. And, you know, every brother's got their thing to improve, man, but that's just my case. But yeah, man. In the wicked world, the righteous are seen as villains. And this guy was seen as the villain, man. All he wanted to do is just achieve his destiny. That's really it. That's really it. The same with the servants, you know, they want to actually be part of the elect to get their crown, man, under Yahushua, and of course be rulers as well. You know, in Yahushua's kingdom, of course, under him. So, let's see. And this isn't for, you know, the average Israelite to go through. We all know that 2/3 are more than the 1/3. Let me try to get this. So it says here, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'll read, this is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3 to 4. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Verse 4, our sinful nation are a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken Yahweh, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they have gone away backwards. See, so, this isn't for the average Israelite, man. If you were to reflect this this type of determined spirit, despite the affliction he's going through right now in prison, in this screenshot that I took here, the thing is, if you were to have the equivalent in real life, pertaining to a real servant of Yahushua, it will be an Israelite that will be determined in order to obviously keep growing, to keep getting stronger in the scriptures, being more well versed, so that if anyone tries to put down the scriptures or tries to impose another doctrine upon you, you'll be ready for it, man. Because you got, as the scriptures say, make thine eye single, man. Let me try again. I think there's a scripture pertaining to the eye. It's probably in the Apocrypha as well. Alright, I'll read this then. So Matthew 6 verse 22, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be signal, let me read that again. Matthew 6 verse 22, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be signal, thy whole body shall be full of light. So obviously, when brothers have that determined spirit of focus upon this truth, that's when they really start to have that growth curve, man. They get stronger, more well versed in the scriptures. Their wisdom increases, the knowledge increases as well. And of course, not just that as well, as the fact that your wisdom increases is also when the Most High puts tests upon you. And then, you fail some, you succeed some as well, but it's all a learning process. So that's when you then apply the scriptures as well. So, these tests are also a test for the strength that you have in the scriptures, man. But the point is, man, that was just me trying to translate this type of determined spirit as an Israelite servant, man. What an Israelite servant would be. Determined, they have their eyes single, they know the goal has to be achieved no matter what. And as I said, man, this guy was here for 20 years, man. 20 years. And Akim, this is pretty much the final I would say timeline, really, before Esau's kingdom is then going to be wrapped up, then Yahushua is going to be back, and then his kingdom is going to be there eternally, man. It's the final go around. Just like the way this guy, before his escape, it was pretty much the final year. And that day, when the day came, the opportunity was there and he was alert. And speaking of opportunity, it's one of those always be ready type of mindsets that brothers need to have as well. I myself need to, have that, adopt that mentality too. Always be ready, man. Let me see this. Which, of course, it will take time, It takes time to actually grow, being well versed in the scriptures and being able to defend the gospel too at a higher and greater degree. So, So, like, I'm just trying to get the precept pertaining to the point. Hold on. Okay, so Galatians 6 verse 10, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. And of course, part of doing good unto all men, which really, as the focus there is mentioned, the household of faith is really the servants, the brotherhood, man. As they say in the scriptures, how can two walk together except they be agreed? The brothers are agreed, man. When they're teaching the same doctrine, the same teachings, man. It's all about within GMS, by the way. But of course, you know, really, of whomever the elect are, they will all be under Yahushua's doctrine, man. So the key point was the fact that we have an opportunity right now, and we have to maximize it. And that's why we always have to be ready, you know, for whatever the Most High uses to test with us. And as I said, you know, just man falls 7 times, but you know, we learn from the process and we keep going, we get stronger. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua will maintain that strong spirit when we also are in our season of affliction. And when I say season of affliction, I'm talking about, you know, for those of us brothers who would be casted into prison, and you know, whatever Esau does unto us, that we're able to endure it through it. You know, and we pray that we have the strength as well to go through. But yeah, man, let me see if there's a thing that I can do. Yeah, I'll probably get this. Matthew 10:25. So, this is Matthew 10 verse 25. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? It's talking about Yahushua's servants, man. Imagine the type of insults that we're going to receive as well. As I said, this guy got mocked as well, man. You know, so he had his own suffering to go through. And that's just a minor representation of what the Akim are going to have to go through too, the true servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yeah, you know, as the lesson goes, in a wicked world, the righteous are seen as villains, man. So, you know, the way we think is way different to how the world thinks. And that's why sometimes, you know, our spirits don't rhyme with the spirits in the world. You know, it's a struggle to even communicate with them sometimes. But yeah, I'll end off there, Akim. Yaratazar, you know, you're edified. Shalom. And double on this great Muslim apostles, thought the Yahshua, your call and the strength in order to make this video. Shalom.